Nocturne has finally returned to the mid lane. This champion, guys, is absolutely broken this patch. DoinB kicked it off. He has a 69% win rate with Nocturne mid, 36 games played. I'll be disappointed if there's no nices in the comments below. And you can just look, guys, he has been putting in the work on this champion. He actually brought it in the LPL. He picked the champion. Now, the reason why this champion's making a return to the mid lane is because this item, Stridebreaker. Even Faker, he got in on the action yesterday, played 4 games of Nocturne mid. This champion, guys, jump in while the iron's hot, because the Stridebreaker may actually be getting nerfed in the future, and you'll see why when we watch this review, how Stridebreaker works so well with Nocturne mid, how beefy you get. Nobody can escape it because there's all these immobile mages, like things like Victor, like Syndra, Orianna. If they have no flash, guys, you ult onto them. Even if they have flash, the Stridebreaker, you can't get away. You'll die. Nothing you can do about it. This champion, guys, get in quick, abuse it for some free LP, and climb some divisions. Jumping onto the Rift now, we have Nocturne mid versus Kassadin. It is Lunalina Kassadin. He's the best Kassadin in Korea. He's a very well-known player. So the guy will definitely know how to run this matchup efficiently. Now, I think that Nocturne mid, guys, whilst it's a good pick and it's pretty hard to counter, I think it works best to hold this pick as a counter. I pick it into champions like Victor, like Syndra, Orianna, any mid laner without a dash, essentially. I even like to pick it into champions like Yasuo. It does very, very well into. Just be careful on picking it into champions like maybe Echo, like Ari, where they have so many dashes that it's kind of hard to gap close onto them. The whole point of it is getting into the side lane late game. And if anyone tries to match you, you just press your ultimate and kill them. Now, Nocturne mid, guys, it's a simple pick. For those of you that have a 20% win rate on Kiana, you're trying to make her work, and you're like, this just doesn't work for me. Try Nocturne mid. You Q spam early game. You just hard shove the wave over and over and over again. It's very simple. There's almost no trading. If the enemy wants to trade with you, fine. But mainly, you're just auto-attacking the wave and hard shoving it. That's essentially all it is. It's a very simple laning phase. You hit level 6 and you roam. How hard is it? Now, DoinB likes to run teleport, and obviously he's a pro player playing in Challenger, so the teleport does make sense. If you're looking to play in lower elos, there's nothing wrong with running Ignite and trying to get those little bit of extra damage for those kills if you don't really know how to use the teleport efficiently. As we keep on shoving the wave, and we're going to look to go down into the bot lane. We're in the river. Kassadin TPs, DoinB instantly TP reacts. We're moving in, we have Flash available. Now you're running Conqueror on this setup. Conqueror or Lethal Tempo both work on this setup. Gone are the days of Electrocute as he tries to hunt down the Kassadin. You get extra movement speed on this Q. He flashes, needs one more auto, grabs it. Oh, and he just lives. You know what's funny? Some of the Nocturne mid players that I was following last season that hit Challenger are still in Diamond 1. Because they're stuck on their Duskblade full lethality one-shot Nocturne setup. And then you've got these Nocturnes doing this Bruiser setup with like Conqueror, Stridebreaker, Sterax, Randuins, and they're just doing tremendously well. I definitely think this is the most efficient build. I think that's why we're seeing Nocturne increase in win rate, is because a lot of the like Nocturne's win rate wasn't that great at the start of the season. I think people were kind of not sure how to build him, what to do with him. And I think now everyone's worked out, okay, this Bruiser setup is the most efficient, and they're going to start spamming it, and of course the win rate will climb above 50% as we get our Iron Spike whip. Usually you get those Lucidity Boots and Iron Spike. They're your first 2 item goals. You can see here the active is an AoE, your auto is an AoE, and you keep spamming the wave, guys. It's not really rocket science, is it? If you're the Kassadin with no wave clear, what do? You sit under tower and you don't do anything. You get told what to do. And if you're looking for a champion that makes your enemy hate their life, then this could be your pick. You see how he walks over and puts that ward onto the enemy wraiths? When you're playing an all-in level 6 champ, you always try and ward the enemy camps just before level 6. My jungler always dies to this. The enemy Nocturne on the red buff respawn, so like the second red buff, it's around about 6:30 or so. He'll move over, he'll start the red buff, I'll be like, Nocturne is 6, be careful. Doesn't matter, he's warded it, Nocturne comes over, one-shots my jungle's tilted off the face of the earth. Happens every game. And you guys can be the Nocturne to tilt that jungler. But you gotta have the vision, so just know that to try and prepare it. As we hit level 6 at 5 minutes, and now bot lane is overextended. We're going to head down and try and set up a kill. Look at the summoners. Jinx has cleanse, no flashes though. It should be pretty free. Shen doesn't have flash for the follow-up as we move in. We ultimate, we move in. Jinx cleanses the fear, and there's no bot lane follow-up. They're actually pretty far behind. And Olaf has a good counter gank, and I don't think this is looking very pretty. I guess this is a good time to talk about, don't always commit your ultimate. Don't overforce, okay? The bot lane there couldn't follow up, so DoinB went in and just simply griefed kills over. His bot lane couldn't do anything, so don't force too hard, okay? If the kills are free, go for it, but don't overforce. Be too anxious to get in there. You don't have to spam your ultimate on cooldown. Sometimes just wait for the kills to come to you. And at least this is going to make the game a little bit interesting. Just Kassadin looking to grab the Seeker's Arm Guard. Funnily enough, Seeker's Arm Guard is getting a huge nerf next patch. I genuinely think AD mid laners are going to become overpowered. It's a double nerf to Seekers. Like, I really don't know as a mage now if it's going to be good to go Seekers anymore. It just delays your build so much. And now that you're getting, I think it's 15 total less armor, and like it's 70% gold efficient on buy, only scaling to just over 100. Like it's just, I don't think it might actually fade away this early Seekers rush. I don't really like it on the next patch if the buffs, if the nerfs go through, but we'll see. As Kassadin, this guy's got thousands of Kassadin games. He knows how to stay relevant, and you can see there, see how Kassadin is actually pretty good because you can break the tether as we spell shield the Olaf axe and we'll sprint away. Nice flash off onto the Olaf, and we've got a juke. Olaf orders the tower. DoinB. He's going to grab one. Is he able to grab two? He does. Great outplay there. And this is why he runs Conqueror on this setup. He loves to just do extended duels. If you're not trying to burst anybody, guys, you get Conqueror. You're so tanky, especially late game. You just auto, stack the Conqueror up, keep throwing out those autos. That's pretty simple. Honestly, we're in a really good spot in this game now, as gold lead's still slightly in red side's favor. We've almost got our Stridebreaker though. It's gonna be glaringly obvious why you build Stridebreaker when you see some of these actives, okay? Sometimes you don't even need ultimate to gap close. You'll just Stridebreaker onto them. It's that easy. Unfortunately, Kassadin has a dash, so he should just be able to break the E. But if Nocturne is smart, you can just hold the ultimate and get the job done after the first dash. What is Fiddlestick trying? Nothing. I think he's trying to ult. Is he still trying to ult? We have ultimate in the mid lane. There we go. And look, oh my god, DoinB. That was absolutely perfectly played. Did you see how he didn't just instantly ult in? When you're into a champion like the Kassadin, oh no, as the Olaf picks it up, he waited for the dash and then he ulted. Perfectly played, no escape. And they're going to try and pick up the Olaf now. They should be able to grab it. And that was a good setup. Stridebreaker purchased as well. Really nice. Love to see it. I like to do that. So like sometimes you're in a very short range fight and there's a wall. I ultimate and then I wait for their flash and then I ultimate onto them. Don't ultimate first because they'll wait for you to arrive and they'll flash over the wall and then you're stuffed. So be patient. You don't have, you got like, I think, how is it 6 seconds to actually hit the ultimate? You've got plenty of time. You don't have to hit that ultimate and then instantly dive in. Just be patient. Sometimes enemy team will just completely stress out. There's plenty of ways you can use Nocturne ultimate. Another good way is, say like you guys are setting up for a Baron. You guys are setting up for like a soul point. Just before it spawns, just hit ultimate. Your whole team just rushes into the dragon, rushes it, finishes it off. Enemy team, Nocturne ult comes off. You haven't used it and the enemy goes, fuck, he just rushed we had no vision. Sometimes zoning ult, it's great. Now Stridebreaker is a 15-second active. They need to increase this to 30 seconds. It's way too low. You can see it's already back up. As ultimate. Ultimate in 5. He wants to try and steal away. Dude, when I play Nocturne, I'm always stealing the jungler camps. I'm stealing mine, I'm stealing theirs. DoinB loves to just eat the camps. He's nice enough to give it away to the fiddlesticks there, but if your jungler is behind on tempo on either side of the map, feel free to grab it, steal it away. And do you see how he Qs onto the tower? Now you get increased AD, and Nocturne is so fast at taking towers, by the way. If the enemy rushes like to another lane, just grab some extra plates. You'll be so surprised when you get onto these towers and start ordering with the empowered Q. You just obliterate the tower. It's pretty gross. Mana is really low here. I think we probably need a reset and then teleport. Guess that mid lane ward, like I talk about. Fake bases and we'll shove one more. Now I do think that you can play Nocturne mid. I think that Nocturne mid in pro play works as well. Now DoinB picked it into, I believe, a Syndra pick. I believe it was a Syndra pick. Was it a Syndra or an Orianna pick? It was definitely an immobile mage, and he had like a Kai'Sa as well as a follow-up. Now imagine on top of that you have like a Shen or something. As we ult in, our E is landed. Wait for the Stridebreaker. Should be able to flash over. And just picks it up. Kassadin panicking, can't get away. And this is a nightmare for the enemy team. And this is what you want to do now. You just drop into the side lane, baby. 15 to 20 minutes, you need to be getting into the side lane on Nocturne and just splitting up a storm. You do so much damage to towers. Oh. And they should see the fiddles there and going back out. What's Def doing on Gragas? What you doing up there, buddy? Second item is the Sterax, getting a big old shield. It's so... just triggers me. How broken this setup is. Like, it's just such nice build path. Like, it's hard to explain, but like mages now just feel so slow, man. You gotta go Seekers, Lost Chapter, Death Cap cost 1 billion gold. These bruises, man, hit Power Spike so easily and early. It's just kind of hard to keep up with. Hi Kassadin, we have 3 levels on you, buddy. 10 CS per minute. Shouldn't really be too much happening on the map for the next couple of minutes, I reckon. Camille kills tower topside. It should be a bait though. I'm guessing Olaf will be up there. He queues for the movement speed. Get ready for the ultimate. Ults in. And just collects the Gragas. How you doing, buddy? How easy's that? Now, when you're playing Nocturne and you don't use your Q, you save it for when you ultimate, right? But you don't ultimate and arrive then Q. You Q just as you're arriving. It actually increases the damage on your ultimate, and it's just how you combo on Nocturne, okay? As you're arriving, you R and you Q just before you land. The carpet should roll in as your ult. It should be one smooth motion. As we grab this blue buff up, you can see the mana costs. You got to try and sustain them. Hey, what about tier? Hey, what about tier Nocturne? Drew, I don't really know. I mean, it'd feel pretty nice late game. I'm actually gonna try it in game next time I play. Getting a tier and a Mirror Mana can never hurt. As we hit Sterax, no boot upgrade yet. I think I would have really liked to see a Lucidity boot early, but look, he's just hitting massive power spikes. Who cares? And finally, the Tristana is able to jump in the mid lane and he can drop into these sides. And what you want to do is you shove the waves, guys, but then you eat all the jungle camp. The best thing about being in the side lane is you drop into the enemy jungler deep and you just steal all their camps. That jungle side is yours. Ultimate. We have our E. We Stridebreaker in. Feared for a million years. Flashes. Q just goes wide. E lands. Now Gragas is coming in. God damn. I feel like that should have been a kill. We're going to try and duel out the Olaf here. We have the Conqueror. Olaf's able to get the kill though. Damn. I thought he'd be able to get the Gragas. Interesting. I think it was definitely doable. Seraphine whiffs the ultimate. Now, third item, he loves to go Randuins. He ults onto the enemy AD carry, hits Randuins, they can't move, it slows them, and it slows the attacks as well. And they'll be able to steal the... Oh! They'll be able to get this dragon away. Make sure there's no soul point. Airdrake's actually pretty good for Nocturne, I like it. Might actually look for a dive here. He's pinging with the fiddlestick. Will he just ult onto the Jinx? She has flash. Ult. Goes for the Seraphine, actually. Moves in, gets both summoners. Needs to try and finish the tower. Has to blow the flash. Sterak's shield saves him. Tristana moves in, gets the tower. Here comes Camille with a beautiful flank. Wonderful. Nice cleanup. Nice followed by the team. And you got to play this pick really confidently. You're not squishy, guys. You ult in and you have so much health and shielding for them to get through. Your team should be able to follow up, especially if you have a follow-up comp. You've got the Shen in the support. You've got Camille. You've got Fiddle follow-up. You've got plenty. Your team just has to follow you. And sometimes in lower elos, your team won't even know that you've even Nocturne ulted. So maybe try and ping them a little bit or talk to them in prep. Say, hey guys, my champion, its ultimate is really long and when I press it, follow me. Just say that to them. Hopefully they will understand. I know sometimes it feels like our teammates aren't quite human. Sometimes I don't think they are. But never hurts to talk. Within reason. Ultimate comes out. Should be able to spell shield the Seraphine. And how easy is that? Thank you for the kill. Try and hold your W, okay? Now, I know it's hard, especially if your reaction time is a little bit slow. Like W, like let's say you ult onto in Ari and she charms. Like you need to see that coming and hit your W and try and prevent it. Another good thing into a Silas is if he tries to steal your ultimate, just press W. His ultimate goes on cooldown and he gets nothing. Just small things like that you need to know about. Oh, do you know what? Nocturne is good into Twisted Fate as well. One of the best counters. So if someone blind picks like TF in Pro Play or Victor or any of these champs, I'd love to see a big dick mid laner like DoinB pull it out. DoinB's pulled it out once in the LPL this week, but I want to see some Western mid laners. I want to see Caps play it. I want to see Perks pull it out. Who has the balls to play this? Come on. Can't only be China. Uh-oh. Ultimate. Onto the Seraphine. Shen ult comes through. This is not going to work. We're going to get charmed up. Look how beefy he is, by the way. Just drops down there. And Shen just going to bail. Sorry, buddy. As we get steel caps. Like, Lucidity Boots would have been great early, but at this point in the game, steel caps makes a lot of sense. He's going to be frontlining onto the Jinx and the Olaf, sure. Lucidity Boots at this point in the game, not that efficient. In the early game rush, pre-20 would have been great, I feel, though, still. Especially in your games, guys. Who scales better? Like, it's Kassadin, Jinx, Seraphine. Who do we give the scaling to? I don't know. I feel like Kassadin's team is absolutely broken late game, but they can just get picked apart. I don't know. I can't make my mind up. Nocturne scaling is not the greatest. You need team damage. I feel like this Gragas will never be useful this entire game. As a common theme, we drop into the side lane, farm it up. Hits the ultimate. He's not even in range, by the way. Is he just ultimating to zone here? That was a weird ultimate. Probably should have held it. I wonder if he... I would have had to have seen the fight on why he pulled it. Anyways, he gets the flank. He's moving in now. He has no summoners available. He has the Stridebreaker butt. Stridebreaker's in, trying to land onto the Gragas here. And Gragas makes it out alive, and it is a terrible fight for DoinB. Wasted his ultimate. TikTok, Kassadin scaling up. I hate versing Kassadin, man. Oh. He lands. Jukes out. Beautiful movement. Ultimate up in 5 seconds. DoinB is not going to give this Drake up lightly. We find the Gragas. Shenot comes through. DoinB has ultimate. Is he going to try and commit? Wait for it. He goes back in and he's trying to pick up some kills here. Jinx is just getting free autos. Someone's got to try and stop the Jinx. DoinB flashes out. Kassadin follows it up, gets the kill, but he will drop as well. No, he will live. Oh, can he go 1-for-1? Needs the ult, needs the ult, needs the ult. Oh, he doesn't get it, and that's going to mean a Baron Nashor for blue side. Damn, fucking close fight, man. You love to see it. And Fiddle should just be able to heal up, yeah? Not much healing, to be fair. Imagine Jinx Rocket. It's on cooldown. It's a shame. I've been having so many Jinx steal objectives lately. It's been absurd. I don't know about you guys. Every bloody game I have a Jinx just steals every objective. The percent health execute is fucking massive. As we hit teleport onto the bot lane. I feel like I would have rathered it on a ward and then you wait for someone to overstep. But maybe he just wants to hard shove it and then regroup. Yeah, maybe he just needed an extra gold spike. Or an item. Correct, he gets his Randuin's. Reduces the enemy attack speed and also can slow them with your big AoE active. So you're just ulting into the middle of a fight. You press your Randuin's, they try and kill you and focus you down. You get that Sterax shield. And by that time, hopefully your team's there and they just slaughter them. Once again, your 1v1 is strong, but it's not a one shot. You stack that Conqueror up and you just slowly chip them away. But don't get me wrong, if you are snowballing and you're into an enemy AD carry or mage, you will still one-shot them, by the way. The damage numbers aren't that low. Kassadin only 2 levels off. The funny thing is, I don't think Kassadin 16 means that much anymore. I feel like Kassadin's best spike is like 2 items. Level 11 is fine. You don't need to wait for that 16 on Cass anymore. You can still, especially if you run Ultimate Hunter, you can still get such a low ultimate cooldown. Overextended here. Gragas moving in. Stridebreaker to dodge out on the Gragas. Pretty smart. They don't want to, obviously don't want to overforce. One bad fight. Kassadin Jeeks get some extra kills and you're in a bad spot. Gonna try and shove this tower in the side lane. Man, look at this Jinx move in. Jinx ultimate comes out from DoinB and he's going to overextend. He's no way out for him. Oh, the shielding is ridiculous. Insta cleanse from the Jinx. Good fiddle ultimate and they're able to clean up the fight. Can DoinB live? And do you see what I mean? Like I thought this guy would be dead like 12 times over. And the man just takes 20 fucking minutes to drop. Eventually goes down, but the enemy team committed way too many resources. And his side is able to pick up. Should be an inhibitor. Fine team, 19 year. I love these guys in Korea. They always like put their birthdays and stuff. It's so depressing when you're versing like a 16-year-old and they're just fucking dumpstering you in lane. And drops the inhib, which is maybe a bad thing as the enemy is going to get a lot of extra farm, especially on Jinx Kassadin. Fourth item, Spectral's Cow. And we're going to be looking to get the Spirit Visage completed. And then last item is pretty situational. I don't mind something like a GA where you can just go in and die. But there's plenty of other items, really situational items you can be going on Nocturne. You can getting like some type of armor penetration, some extra lethality, maybe like an extra spell shield, Edge of Night if you need it. There's plenty of items you can go. Some Grievous Wounds, Serpent's Fang for shield break. You've pretty much got every avenue of build path that you need. You can go on Nocturne. DoinB just picking up as much jungle farm as possible, typical. 5 dragon game, my god. And he'll just hard shove this top lane wave in. I don't know. I'm trying to think if it's better for him to sit bot lane with 4 mid. Tristana Siege is a little bit annoying though. Cast it in 3 items, 1 more level. And enemy team's actually doing a pretty good job of defending, right? DoinB pops the ultimate. He may actually just use this for a zone, by the way, and they can just drop onto the mid lane tower. Perfect. Hits the ultimate. Enemy team backs up, doesn't really know what's going on. DoinB actually moves in. He's frontlining. And they're able to drop 1 tower. Nocturne ultimate, 30 seconds off already. And this will just be a slow one. Look what they're doing. Yep. Just slowly whittling away the enemy's base. Now, if you're playing in like Silver and you expect your team to play like this, it's not going to happen. Just be a little bit more patient. Try and set up the Baron. Enemy team might come out. The Baron shoves are like when you have that Baron, this makes life like 100 times easier in low elos. Let's see what. Okay, he should have enough for the Spirit Visage. Okay. Gonna keep the mid lane shoved, I guess. Are they gonna try and respond to the Nash or not? I feel like they don't. I feel like you shouldn't respond to the Nash. You got Kassadin level 16. You let them come to you, and the Jinx will continuously farm up these supers. Spirit Visage completed. Teleport coming out into bot side river for the crab. And now it's all about sieging bot lane. I wouldn't be surprised if DoinB just pops the ultimate once again to zone. Because if you get triple inhibs with Baron buff, it's almost a guaranteed win. Should be on this next wave. Chris, come across please, honey. Is Camille pinging? She's gonna go deep topside. Look at the map. They're all gonna run deep topside. Interesting. Interesting macro. Ultimate comes out. We ult in onto the Seraphine. Okay. I don't know about that play, but you can see how tanky you are. You're not that easy to kill. I don't know. But this is what I mean. You don't have that much damage mid-late game. Like, you are an engaged tool and you're a tank. You're not that assassin damage dealer that you once were. But hopefully that ultimate helps to open the map a little bit up so they get bot lane. Uh-oh. Kassadin's thinking about it. Doesn't want to try and fuck around with the Camille ult. DoinB heads back to base. Should still sell the Dorans. Surely we sell the Dorans for like a stopwatch or something. Do we have no gold? Are we broke? Even a control ward. My man's holding onto a Dorans from start to finish. I would get flamed for that back in the day. And this Camille is dead set on trying to get something cheesy topside. I think she wants to ultimate onto the Kassadin and then Nocturne follow-up. You see how there's almost no downtime for DoinB during the game, but he's literally always finding a time to try and grab farm, grab resource. I know in a lot of your games, even like when you're ahead, like you guys just ignore the resources and just continuously go for the kills. As he's moving across the map, he'll pick up that extra gold. As he ults in now, looking to try and grab the Jinx, uses the Stridebreaker. Tower drops. Here comes the Kassadin level 16 bot. And look at the shielding. That is disgusting. Baits everybody in. Tristana now, 3.5 items. Should be able to collect them up. Jesus Christ, what a sloppy game. But hopefully you understand Nocturne, this tanky bruiser Nocturne mid, and why it's taking over the mid lane meta. Hopefully you enjoyed it, guys. Hope it works in your games, and I'll catch us all next time. Peace.